Hello beautiful people, how you doing? If you are new to my channel, you are welcome, and if you are old, you have been with me since we started. How you doing? How have you been? How is life? And today I am here with my partner in crime, Faith, the one and only. People say that we look alike, but Jesus. All right. We do not. And today we are going to talk about the one thing that interests me most. It does not interest me that much, but it's something that I love, and it's Faith's prom.
Wait, I thought you were going to say it's me.
Wow. Let's pretend.
My heart is broken.
I think Faith, this has been like overdue.
It has. Okay,
it really has been overdue.
Let's talk about it when was it? March?
Yeah. When was your prom?
Our prom was last month.
Last month.
Yeah.
Okay. But then we started talking about it, I think, in March.
Yeah, way back. It finally happened.
Okay, so that has been like such a long time, and let me tell you one thing. Let me just give you some context here. The reason why we are talking about prom and it's like such a big issue with us is because I did not go to prom, my sister did not go to prom, my brother did not go to prom, and
I broke the
Faith
curse.
today had to break the curse,
Yeah.
not having gone to prom.
So that my little brother can be able to go to prom.
Yeah, I think like he will be able to go to prom.
Yeah, obviously I'll invest in him if the rest of you fail.
Because think about it, like we always wanted to go to prom, but then we would not go for even no reasons at all. We would just not go. And I think today it's nice that
I was very happy that I was able to go. It was a new experience, one that I didn't get to experience in my junior years at school in senior 4, because I was COVID happened, and then we were not able to have our prom, and I was so disappointed because I was so excited, you know. It was my old school. I had so many friends there. I had so many expectations. So when I got this opportunity, I really wanted to go to prom, and if at all I had not gone, I would be so heartbroken. And I'm glad that I got the chance to go. Though it did have a few hurdles. There were so many hurdles along the way. Like,
I am so glad you got to go, because like it was so nice, and you know what, it was how can I say this, it was worth it.
It was.
Guys, let me tell you one thing. I put in a lot of effort into making like that prom happen, because I had to make Faith's dress, and I was like willing to make it, and it came out so much better than I ever expected. Faith, what do you think about the dress, and why?
I love the dress.
Did it reach your expectations?
Okay, like in my head I wanted you know, I'm an exaggerated person. Of course I wanted exaggerated. I wanted to have that long sleeve. I wanted a lot of things. I will not lie, things that I usually see on the runways or something. And well, my mom obviously objected to each and every idea I brought up. She would like just kill it. Like, no. Well, I remember this one time when we were doing measurements in our room, and then she came, and then she's like, open up. So you guys are doing this without me. She sits on my bed,
I know.
And I'm asking for a lower back. She's like, no, that's too low. Bring it up here.
Oh,
like she didn't want me to expose my back. She didn't want me to expose any leg.
Yeah.
So my life was miserable, and for a minute there, I hated my mom.
You almost like I
almost gave up on prom, because my mom refused. She was like, you have to be decent. I'm like, Mom, I'm not going to church. She's like, no, my child will not embarrass me out there. You know, African parents have this notion that every single thing we do comes back to them. Like, because they say, there is a saying here that a bad child, makes a parent be talked about. Makes the mother.
Mother. It usually goes to
the mother, because everyone is like, who raised her? She's such a. Doesn't she have a mother? So my mom has that thing. Okay. So, and she's right to have it, because obviously that's the culture in Uganda. You do something bad, automatically. Doesn't she have a mother? So my mom wanted me to like be modest. I wasn't going for skimpy or anything, because the school had absolutely objected to any skimpy outfits. They wanted gowns, but I wanted a very, very exaggerated gown. So we had to incorporate what she wanted, because what mama wants Mama gets. It's either that or I was supposed to miss prom.
Guys, just imagine what went on as I was like making measurements. I have already this thing in my head, so I'm making the measurements according to the design that I have. But then they're like, no back, no, now not this, no, now not that. And I'm like, guys, you know what, I literally put down my stuff, and I was like, you know what, make up your mind, get the whatever the design and everything, and then just come to me. And then afterwards, like because we had done some research and we got like some dresses, and we were like, okay, maybe we can incorporate this, maybe that, you get me?
Yeah.
But the nice thing is that afterwards, I think as I was designing the cloth, because like sometimes you find like somebody tells you, oh, make me this cloth, and they give you a design from another person, which I definitely hate, because then you are not giving me the time to be creative, me myself, you get me? And I usually take myself as more of a designer than a person who likes sews, because I would rather design something and give it to somebody to sew. But as I was designing, I ended up making my own cloth, you get me? And it came out so well, because it was the first time I was making like a gown, and it came out so well. I loved every single minute of it. The material was beautiful, because like it was a silver
metallic
a metallic thing going on, and it like brought out the skin, brought out everything, as you're going to be seeing in the video. And I loved it. So tell me what the prom was.
Prom was good. It was good with a few, of course there is always a few hurdles along there, because our school absolutely refused us from showing up with phones.
Oh wow.
They did, you know, they first accepted us to have phones, but then they were like, no, because children always tend to like make crazy videos, and when these videos circulate on the internet, it gives a bad reputation for the school, because there are a few schools that have had those incidents where children make a scandalizing, inappropriate videos, and when they posted them, everyone doesn't talk about the children, they talk about the school, its level of seriousness. So the school I am in has a very, very strict policy when it comes to media guidance. So they first accepted, because we pleaded, we had so many meetings at school, we pleaded with so much, because we wanted an outside prom. In most cases prom is done at school, but this time around we pleaded so much, and we begged them to have an outside prom, because in our year most schools were really outstanding. Because schools have been doing prom, they're still doing prom, and this year people went a little bit overboard. So of course, as another teenager, you want to measure up, you want to raise the ranks. So we all wanted to like have an outside prom, we wanted to have phones, people wanted to come in cars, but most parents objected to cars. They're like, what if children get accidents? And the school objected to that, and we were cool with that. So they accept us to have phones. So we start preparing. And today is Friday, prom was on Saturday, and on Friday we received a message in the middle of the night. I think what they wanted to do was they didn't want us to back away from prom. So they allowed us, they told us, they shall be accepted.
Okay.
And midnight they tell you, no phone. There is a message, it came from the HM and a voice note. No phones are allowed. I didn't even see that message. I found the news at school already coming in with my phone. They're like, phones are not allowed. I'm like, what's going on here? I was ready to make videos. I was ready to make everything.
Like, I never got to go to their prom, because they were like, oh, I was planning to be like famous makeup artist. So, and their prom happened on my birthday. I was like, my birthday was on June 3rd,
and that was when our prom happened.
When their prom happened, and as on that day, I was like, you know what? The Faith was like, oh, you have to come and do like my makeup, you have to come and fix me up and everything. And I'm like, but it's my birthday. But then they're like, oh, you will be celebrating your birthday all the time, so just do it for me this once. And I was like, okay, fine. So I was prepared to literally go with her to the prom and be like her makeup artist.
Only for the school to tell us that.
Then afterwards they were like, oh, you can't bring
a makeup artist. Apparently some students have brought in their own makeup artists, and the school was like, we can't have so many people congested in the school, so let people pay these makeup artists who are already in school to be down to do people's makeup. But then I already had a makeup artist, so it's like if you have your personal makeup artist, you have to leave home with the makeup already done. I had to leave home with the makeup already done. So we go to school, and then you have to leave your phone at the gate with the gate people, because they're like, if you're caught with a phone, it's going to be confiscated by the school, and if it's confiscated, you have to pay a very, very heavy sum of money to get it back. So as a very, very responsible, cultured girl who loves her phone extremely much, who knows how her mom is, because my mom would have been like, finish from 6, I'll retrieve the phone after you're done. So she can't do that. I know my mom. So I was like, let me leave the phone in the car, because my friend had given me a ride in her mom's car. So we decided to leave the phones, because she's also a principal girl and her mom is Christian. So we all decided to leave the phones. So like, we'll find them when the mom comes later to pick us up after prom. We will find the phones. So I didn't have any video. We go to dormitory, and all the girls are there looking pretty. I'm all there looking pretty. Everyone is looking pretty. And it was really fun. We sat down, we just waited, because they had told us that we are leaving for the venue from school at 2. It's first the boys that are going to be first taken, because we're going to use the school bus. Then after, they'll come for the girls. Only for us to leave school at 6.
Well, that is the Ugandan time. Really, Faith, let me tell you one thing. Ugandan time is literally on Google. If you Google it,
I realized
the Ugandan time. That if somebody tells you that you're going to be needed by 2, reach there by 3.
I know.
I would advise, like, unless like it's something very important and you don't want to make any risks about it, go there earlier. But let me tell you one thing, in Uganda, make people wait for you than you wait for them. Seriously, because everybody's going to make.
And the last thing I had eaten was breakfast, because I was excited for the prom buffet. They told us to bring a lot of things.
If it had struck 6, I would have been home by then. I really cannot.
I know, you know, the excitement was palpable, and that everyone was excited. Like, it was contagious. We were all dressed up. Everyone was in their gowns. People really showed up. People dressed up. Trinity people are very extravagant in the way they dress up. So everyone was excited, and we were hungry, but we were all like, no, you're pretty, you're beautiful, be there. So they take us to a classroom, because they didn't want the boys to see how we looked like.
Oh, really?
Yes. So they hide us in the classroom, and then the boys pass by after they are already dressed. They took them up, and then they got into the bus, and they took them to the venue. The venue wasn't far from the school. It was a garden. It was so beautiful. It was beautifully decorated. I will commend to the committee that planned our prom. They really pulled through for us, because our theme was royalty. And it was so beautiful, the decorations. When we got there at 6, 10 or 20 as the girls, because we reached there, and then all the boys were huddled at one side, and when you reach, the boys come and pick up their dates. So they were like, girls, you have to stand so that your boys can see you and they know which date is which. So, but the boys complained that all the girls are pretty, everyone did make. They don't recognize who is who.
No.
So they had to come.
Really?
Yeah, they couldn't recognize us. We were so different with that makeup.
Like that video that goes on.
Yeah, transformation.
No need to find out that we can shape shift.
They didn't know. Wow. So they're like, okay, boys come. So they come, and we had made a line.
Yeah.
And your prom date picks you out. So my prom date comes. He was quite a gentleman. Now I have a story about my prom date.
Okay, tell us.
So I had an issue with getting a prom date. I already had a prom date. He's my friend. His name is Isaac, and he's such a wonderful guy. He's dark skinned. He's a northerner from the north. He was dark skinned. He was going to be the darkness to my light, and we had already everything figured out.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a very nice, calm person, and I was really excited to go out with him because I was comfortable with him. I didn't want to go with anyone who would make me feel creepy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then in the final week, in the last week of prom, everything is being put together, last minute things. He gives me a call and tells me he's not going to be able to make it. His dad is sick and won't come. And I understood it because I knew if my mom were to fall ill at that moment, everything would disrupt for me. I could not make it if someone I love is sick. So I was really anxious. I was depressed. I didn't know like how I was going to make it to prom alone. I didn't want to turn up alone. Like literally, people have expectations in me. I do have a reputation at school, and I'm like, if you turn up alone, this is going to move around school and everything. And even if it's not for that, for my own sake, I really wanted to go with someone. So I talked to my best friend, and she's like, nothing, don't worry. I promise he's going to come. You're a very beautiful girl. There are so many guys who don't have prom dates yet and who wanted to take you out. Just give it a while. So on the 2 days to prom, Thursday. No, actually, no. 3 days to prom. It was a Wednesday. My prom, this guy, I think my prom date, from a prom date talked to this guy. Oh, because he knew. I think he knew that this guy perhaps had wanted to take me out to to prom. So this Daniel uses this opportunity. He comes to me. It was so instant because the moment the other one told me, this one comes in, and I'm like, he's like, Faith, do you have a prom date? Would you like to go to prom with me? It was through text because he was, and I'm like, sure, we can go together. He didn't believe it at first. He called me. I'm like, I mean it, sure, we can go to prom together. Like, I'm in Kenya, I'm taking the first flight to Uganda the following day. I was like, oh,
he's Kenyan?
He's not Kenyan, he's from Sudan. He's Sudanese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they have homes in different countries or something. So he takes the flight immediately the second day and he comes to Uganda for my sake. I really I felt good because I'm like, someone willing to do this, it means they really would love it. It wasn't second best. He really wanted to come to prom with me, and it wasn't like doing me a favor. It was genuine because also took a plane to come to be able to take me to prom. And when he came, he was like, let me order the suit. Which color would you like? You know, he was so accommodative. He spoke to me, was like, I just want to do what will make you happy. Which color would you like? I'm choosing the color, which design, everything. I chose everything, and I was like, hey,
Faith was like, okay, let me make you shine so that
I know. And then he's like, is there anything you need? Is there anything you need? Anything I can help with? I'm like, I don't have shoes. He's like, okay, how much are the shoes? So I kind of made the price low because I didn't want to overwhelm him. I'm like, the shoes 50. He sent 100. I'm like,
really?
Yeah, that was really nice of him. He sends 100. I'm like, oh my God, this is so nice. This is so.
You know, guys, these are young boys, literally doing
everything. It was so nice because he's just 20, I think. 19 or 20, and I appreciate that. And then I told him, thank you so much. He's like, don't thank me. I am so grateful that you accepted to go to prom with me because I really wanted to go to prom with you. And I am glad and willing to do anything to help make your day wonderful. Like literally, I was like, they still come made like this.
Yeah, it's a prototype, really.
A prototype. So I was all set. My mom bought me very beautiful white shoes. I was so happy. I got the jewelry, the makeup, everything. Like literally, my dress was already made.
She was the only person wearing a custom-made dress.
A custom-made dress, and I was the only person who had a dress that didn't have a slit.
Ooh.
Literally, everyone had either a slit or an open back, but I was full on decent from head to toe. But then I came through, and I am not disappointed. I loved how I looked like. I was so
and like every time people ask, oh, where did you buy that?
Oh, of course people ask, and I'm like, it's custom made. because most people had hired dresses and they're taking and they're like, where did you get yours? I'm like, it's custom made. There is always custom made makes it feel so expensive.
It is.
And I'm like, oh, it's very beautiful. For the colors, it looks good on you. So we get to the venue and our prom dates pick us up.
Yeah.
And when they pick us up, all he comes and he's saying, Faith, you look so beautiful. I'm like, I think you look so handsome. Because he was dressing up so well. He cleaned up nicely. Yeah. And he had a bouquet of flowers for me. Wow. And a little gift bag. I was like, oh my God.
You have touched my heart.
Yes, so he gives me this bouquet and he takes my hand and we cross hands and we join that line because we have to walk towards the red carpet. It was quite
like,
I know. And he was holding the gift bag and I was holding the flowers. Yeah. So we walk and when we reach to a certain point before we get to the red carpet, there are security guards with machine detectors to detect who came with a phone.
No.
The drum, because the school was serious about it.
People came
with phones, but they had put them in gift bags. Like this girl wished she had a phone, so she drops the gift bag. So she fumbles, they check her, she fumbles, then she picks it up, she's like, oh my gosh, my dress even. So they just let her pass. People are very intelligent.
Wow, that's very intelligent.
Very. Yeah. Like a lot of people, some phones were caught, others were. So for me,
like I have a friend who has like this pocket knife, but it cannot be detected.
Dang.
And it's very sharp. And I would not say they are like the best people to have weapons, but they do.
Dang.
You can never detect it.
Yeah, so we get through and we go to the red carpet and it was beautiful. The setting, we had chosen the last part of the garden, a setting, because our prom, we literally made it to the red carpet at 7 p.m. I last ate breakfast at 9. You remember, I am hungry, but at least my waistline was there because my, when you're hungry, your stomach shrinks in. Yeah. So I felt good. I felt hungry, but I felt good. So we go walk the red carpet, reach the platform. They take pictures of us because since they didn't allow us to have phones, they took pictures.
Guys, we got all the pictures and posting them.
So we got to sit down and the decorations were so beautiful. They didn't use tents. They used these lantern lights. It was so nice. We had after from the red carpet to the picture platform. From the picture platform there was a white carpet leading you to your CCS. There's a white carpet. So we sit down. He pulls out a seat for me. We sit down and prom started. Really, prom was so nice. We had so much fun. I got to sing. You'll even see a video of me singing. I got to sing.
Like I have seen Faith sing in a lot of places, but I think this one was one of my best
because I was very happy.
I don't know, it was one of my best performances. It came out so well, and the musicians, like the instrumentalists,
because they brought us a band,
they were so good. They knew
siku
And usually, like when we are singing, it usually people kill other people's music from like the instruments, like they cannot follow you well. Then the musicians cannot follow the instruments and everything. But I think this was very nice. It was really nice. I really do appreciate it. Was really nice because the band is done that entertained us in the night. And the girl, she sang so well. I think it's called AK Dope Band. It is so nice. They are so good. Like, they're so professional. And I sang the song and it was so fun. The food, they bought us a cocktail drinks, ice cream drinks of various colors, of various different things. And I'm like, dang. And then they bought us little courses. So they brought in like a little food courses. I don't know how they call that, like when they bring in different courses, appetizers, They brought in appetizers. Like they first brought cookies. We ate the cookies. Then they bring in another plate which has a kebab and a sambusa. Then everyone gets them. Then after they bring in cake. Then after they bring in croissants. Like literally they bring in a lot of things. And personally, I was hungry. I was having fun, of course, because I said my date, we were talking, we were interacting, the music was playing, a lot of things were going on. I don't really remember the details very well. So but they were bringing lots of things to eat, but I was so hungry. I mean, I'm hungry, I don't like snacks. I feel like they are seducing me, they are giving me the genuine thing. So I want the main course, I wanted food. We ate dinner at 9. So imagine, I had not eaten all the way from 9. In fact, that is 9. Lunch. Wow. But the real question is, who won prom queen and prom king? So prom queen, I don't want to like sound like I'm being biased here, but I feel like she wasn't deserving of it. And she is my friend because we studied in the same class, but I feel like it could have the I don't know what they say it, like what they based on to choose wasn't really fair. Because her dress was very beautiful. It was beautiful. But it was extremely exaggerated. It was a very big, huge red gown. She could barely walk in it. She was so stiff, like she was wearing some sort of red large Maleficent kind, and Maleficent's dress was petite, but this was extremely huge, like puffy, like I don't know, like she could barely walk. They had to like push it, like it was so much. It was too much. And then I cannot say it was flattering. It was simply dramatic in my point of view. And I thought they would at least go for flattering because they chose candidates. And I believed it would have the position was deserving of someone else. But I'm also like, she got it and she's happy, and that's okay. Because she spent a lot of money on it, because her designer was there and everything, and they told us she spent over $1 million on that. So I'm like, her money was well worth because she got to be prom queen. Let us in fact talk about like how people are spending so much money on prom. So there was this thing that was going on the internet, and people were like, oh, like parents, teachers with prom, they should not be like spending a lot, they should not be making prom like such an exaggeration. Why not? Because there are some children who cannot really afford all the zhuzh on prom, because as you can see, that one spent $1 million just on a clothes. But then there are those that spent
not that spent just 150.
Yeah.
And they came and they showed up and no one was even comparing.
Yeah.
So I feel like just because someone isn't able to afford it, it shouldn't affect those who can afford it. I'm not saying I don't want them to attend, but let everyone use the means they have, because I don't think everyone paid the same amount or bought the same it wasn't like a competition. It was just looking good and showing up, and you can look good without having to spend much.
You know, I think, by the way, actually, I think for me, I as a person, I really do believe that if you're feeling bad that other people are coming out and they are dressing so much better than you, then you're just going to feel bad about every single thing
in life. Because
this is why people come out and they are so jealous about other people's success. And you're like, why are you even jealous? Because my struggles are not your struggles. We could even not be in the same status.
I know.
We would not be in the same job occupations. We would not even be, our prettiness, even our beauty would not even be the same. But if you feel bad about, like, oh, I got something so little, I got this, I got that, you will be feeling jealous of the whole world. Because let me tell you one thing, darling,
different levels.
We all have different levels in our lives. If I see somebody and they are doing so much better than me, I'm going to be like, you know what, go girl, you are so
and
good.
I realize that people just literally don't explore, but you can find something good within your means.
I know, right?
You can find something good within your means. Like, you don't have people who are spending much, it's because they have much, so they will spend it.
Yeah.
But if you don't have much, look within your means and find something good. Something that is good
within your means.
Within your means.
I really don't believe, like, in people feeling jealous. Because, like, being like, oh, they should just, all of us now should wear the same thing. What if I said, I have money and all of you should wear the same thing I'm going to wear, and I have the money. Think about it.
It's like saying, all rich, private, expensive schools should be closed because children who are studying in less than schools or public schools or government schools feel bad. So the other people should also come this side. But remember, people have different levels, so you cannot say that prom should be cancelled from schools because certain children, but it's the minority that can't afford it. Because if your child is in a certain school, it means, depends, because everyone does it according to what they can afford, and you will find that even a school that is less than, they're doing prom, but they're doing it within their means. So if you took a child to an expensive school, expect to see extravagancy going around, because you don't expect parents to not give their children what they want when they have the means to. So I don't believe that is a justified thing.
True.
I believe it's okay for people to spend on prom, because people spend on a lot of useless things, and prom is a once in a life thing.
No, I believe people should spend on what they can afford. If you can afford it, you can buy as much expensive stuff you can. I have, like, a friend who likes expensive stuff, and I'm like, do you, boo, do you? I am cheering for you, because even if I had, like, the money, I would also be buying expensive stuff.
It's like, so even with makeup, there's makeup which is so expensive, and there are people who use it, and then there is makeup which is cheap, but when you still apply it well, you're going to look beautiful, and you can work with the same person who has very expensive makeup on their face, and you're all looking good, and no one is going to be like, this makeup is more expensive or better. It's how you present it that matters. So people compare when you present wrongly, because even if you bought something that is so expensive but you're presenting it in a weird way or a mediocre way,
that says that money cannot buy style.
Exactly. Now,
that is,
there are a lot of people who showed up to prom and they are not putting extremely too much, but you could see them, they were dressed up so well, me inclusive.
True.
Exactly. Like, literally, I can't say that I spent much on my prom. I did.
To get, like, a custom design dress, it would be costly, but for me, at the end of the day, I did fit the clothes just from, like,
the bottom of your heart.
I did it from the bottom of my heart. I was like, you know what, I will do your clothes, and I will do your hair for free. But it could have been expensive if she was paying, you get me. And I think we just put in, like, oh, go buy the material, and I think that's it. And buy the hair that I was going to put on her. So that's,
and some makeup,
and the shoes, and that's it really. It depends on what you have at your exposure.
Use it well, just present it well.
Yeah,
no one will start looking at you and comparing to the other person. They'll just appreciate what you present. So people should not be going around saying that proms should be
proms just because some prom is better than the other prom. No. When I was in my time,
like the people who went to prom.
So guys, though I did not go to prom, I saw like the people who went to my prom, and I did not go to an expensive school. I did not. So I went to like a very cheap school, and I was like, oh wow, because when they did their prom, it was nothing exaggerated. They were wearing even normal clothes, and sometimes in my mind I'm like, you know what, I'm glad I did not go because I have pretty good clothing. but the issue is that people work with what they have. It's as if the same as weddings. You see so extravagant weddings, and you're like, and you're like, where are these people to marry us? You get me? And then you see
we are in a capitalist world, and even in a communistic society, if you have more, because there's no equality here. You just have to make what you have work well for you. Because if you decide to feel bad and envious, you're going to feel like that for the rest of your life, because there is always going to be someone better than you.
You know, there is this question that was asked of me, and they're like, oh, if you could change or like be in somebody's channel for like a day, or own somebody's channel for like a week, whose channel would you own? You get me? And I'm like, I thought about it, and I'm like, no one's. Because
they are not me, I'm not them.
Thank you.
So I can't fit into their role.
For me to like be in or on like a channel of somebody else, maybe let me say, let's go Coco Boy or Coco Girl or something like that. Oh, this lady called Wambosha. Am I saying the name right? Maxine. The name is right there. I can't pronounce it well, but she is like one of the beautiful ladies I have ever seen, and one of the things that I love about her is like she's always so easy to smile. But let me tell you one thing, I knew her, but I was like, I would still not want to be her or to be the owner of a channel, because it would mean that I will have to act like her. I would have to speak like her.
You would have to fall into a role that is not you, because everyone does what they are.
Kind of likes colorful hair, because oh my god, do you see? I have done a lot of colors, but I think this color is beautiful.
When I'm done with school, because our school only accepts this style. Only black and in a band, but I know I look pretty.
Exactly. It's nice.
When I'm done with school, I'm going to incorporate this with some gold and make those golden creamy curls.
She's looking forward to that. But guys, Faith, tell us about Prom King.
And the Prom King, but all in all, the Prom Queen, she was a very pretty girl, and if we're to choose from exaggeration and being dramatic, she won, because her dress, she came in all like I just dropped. So she did get the attention. Our Prom King was
I deserving saw your Prom King, and he was beautiful.
He's very handsome.
Guys, he was so beautiful, and I appreciate the look.
And he dressed up, he showed up. He's a class icon, and it's kind of like we were going to choose him for Prom King just because, you know, that there are those people with characters that overpower, and he's an alpha. So obviously we were going to choose him as our Prom King.
People are throwing the word alpha out there as they want.
No, you know, an alpha is like throw me to the wolves and I'll come back leading the pack.
Oh, I love that saying. Oh my god, when I heard it first.
Because I can see that all the boys in class, every single thing they turn to him. Like he is an alpha. The people have those leadership things born within them. So, and he dressed up, he was well clean cut, and I cannot complain. I think he deserved it.
I guess I don't know, I don't like calling, I would not ever like calling myself the alpha, but let me tell you one thing, I never like following. I always like
leading. Don't follow, be alone, walk alone. Alone wolf will always stand out even when it's facing a park which has an alpha.
Like crazy thing, I was walking by the lake the other day, and this guy approached me. He's like, "Oh, wait for me, let's go together." And I'm like, I don't even know. But then, like, they were not bad people at all. So I was walking slowly. I already walked slowly, but I was walking slower. And he catches up with me and he's like, "Oh, I always see you passing by here, but you're always alone. Why are you alone?" And I'm like, yeah, why don't? You get me? I would definitely rather be walking alone.
I also prefer walking alone.
I would rather.
It's just that I have a best friend and we're always together. Yeah. But I don't have girl groups, like I'm in some sort of clique.
I don't.
It's me and my best friend.
If I had a group, I would want to lead. I
used to lead when I had girl groups.
Oh, so I used to do that as well.
So, but I reached a point where I'm like, girl groups come with a lot of drama.
Oh my god, they come with a lot of drama.
Backbiting, betrayal. True. Like you can fall for a guy and everyone, and if the guy is good, be sure someone will try to steal him.
No, and another thing is that when you are in these kinds of things, like there is going to be somebody who has the same personality and they want to also like be leading, so they will be behind rivalry.
Okay, rivalry or rivalry?
No, rivalry. Sometimes you cannot pronounce
RIVALRY.
Rivalry. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't do girl groups.
I don't.
I'm a lone wolf. I talk to everyone. I talk to the mean people. I talk to the good people. I talk to the cool people. Like you just talk to everyone without being inclusive with everyone. You're different, so it's the best way to stand out.
This is when you're going to find that the bad group is going to come to you to like resolve something, and then the good group will also come to you. You will be no man's land.
I'm actually that kind of person.
Yeah, you'll be no man's land.
I'm no man's land, like. Because the bad girls will be like, "Oh my gosh, this happened and this," and I'll be like, "Oh dang!" And then just as they leave, the cool people will come around, and everyone is going to confide in you because you don't fall anywhere. You're neutral. You're safe. You're comfortable for people to approach because you don't have a clique. I don't have cliques, and I found it's very good. It makes you different because when I'm not in school, people are like, somebody's not in school. But if it's a clique and you're many, no one will even notice you're missing. But since you're alone, you're always noticed. Anyway, prom was really nice. We got to change our dresses, and Mama bought me a very pretty black dress, which you'll get to see in the pictures. And my prom date wore black slack pants and a white shirt and suspenders to match me.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, on the changing outfit.
Yeah. You know, when I saw it from afar, I thought that he was another guy that you were taking a picture with.
No, he was my prom date. He showed up for me in every way.
Kudos.
I like him. He's a good person.
I like him, Brian.
No, Daniel.
Yeah. Hi, Daniel. I
also like him a lot. He really showed up for me because most guys didn't change; they remain in the same outfit. But I told him that I have a different outfit, and I would like us to match in the different outfit. As well, was like, "What would you like me to wear?"
I like a guy like that. Don't tell me what you want. Tell me what you want me
to wear. And I told him, and he showed up, and we matched. It was so good. I had so much fun. It looked so good, and the food arrived. The food is nice.
He's boyfriend material. I tell you, he's good boyfriend material. I'm not telling you to date him. I'm just saying that he's a good
boyfriend material.
Yeah, he's good boyfriend material.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
But
although right now I really don't need the distraction because I have upcoming impending exams. It's like you're trying to hint at it.
Well, actually, I'm not. I'm really not trying to hit on.
I hear you.
But I'm not.
So food came at 9. I'm hungry. My boyfriend goes with. Actually, my boyfriend was seated. I told him, "Come on."
Boyfriend.
Oh my God! I swear that was a slip of a tongue. My prom date.
Guys, you heard it from here.
No, and I swear to God, I swear, I'm single. I am.
I'm single. As people who don't know how to dance.
So I call him, he's vegetarian.
Really?
Yeah.
Drop the boyfriend thingy. I drop him.
No, he told me like when he continued, he used to eat meat, but he used to get really irritated. Yeah. He had an allergic reaction to any sort of meat that has red blood. So the only thing he can try to eat is fish. Oh. And so he told me he just let it go, because we went to the line. There was fish fingers, there was deep fried chicken, there was meat deep fried, there was meat.
Yeah, do you see her drooling?
Everything. And I was picking it, and it was self-service. Oh no, with how hungry I am. They didn't eat good.
No, they didn't. I was
hungry.
Because now you're going to be dressed up in like good clothes, and you're going to be like, I'll take this, I'll take that.
I was like, oh, thank you, these two, what's this? Oh my gosh, all right, I'll have that. Oh, these two, what's that? Oh.
You know, when I'm getting food on self-service, like I always make friends with the cooks.
Me too.
I love making friends with
and then the sausages, there were chapatis, it was everything.
Oh, that's so nice. I never
everything. So I turn around, and my problem is like a few I hadn't even left him, and they're like, oh, I'm so excited for the food. So I go back to him, and I'm like, oh my, you're not getting any meat. He's like, I'm vegetarian. And his plate looked like the plate I should be holding. And then it looked like the plate that the guy should be holding, because my plate was heavy.
But you know, Faith, I never get like I never get, what's the word, shy about food.
That's not me.
I don't get greedy. Like,
I don't get greedy.
Take everything,
because I wasn't getting much, because there was too much of everything, and there was a lot of variety. So you just take a little portion. But since I took everything,
there are girls who you would take out,
and they
will pick like
what?
If you were my friend, I would slap you.
I'd be like, what are you doing? You know what it means for someone to spend money on you? Make it.
Even if it's not about that, eat like a normal person. We all know that you don't eat that much. We all know that my friends know that, you know what, I have an appetite.
That is why I always go out with Kana, because we eat.
Oh, we do.
We eat.
Recently we went out, and I was literally eating in her plate, my plate, and Tina's plate.
We eat food. So at my prom, I wasn't going to feel self-conscious.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to eat what I normally would eat if I were at any other place. And I got a bit of everything, because we paid money to attend prom. So I was going to make my money well worth it. Actually, some people packed food back home.
Really?
I was talking to a friend yesterday at school, when some of the cool guys, and he was like, Faith, I was so disappointed. I wish I knew earlier that you didn't have a prom date, because I wanted to go with you. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, because the prom date I went with, she was so disrespectful. She packed food. Now the guy I'm talking about is high, top-notch standard, like these kinds of people who are very extravagant and stuff. She packed
people
food.
Have those moments of packing food, but I have no.
Because the food was a lot at prom, because there was a lot, like literally that the serving point was it came
But you know what? Then I appreciate the girl who
so she packed food, because she was like, I paid money for this, and we did pay money for that. I appreciate
a girl who packed food, because she did not care about what anybody else thought, and that is very important. That is a very important quality in a person.
She came to enjoy herself.
Don't care about what anybody thinks.
Me, I wasn't going to pack it because I didn't have anywhere to pack it from, and really, I just and also just keep it
keep
elegant.
Keep it low.
Because I think my mom would have eaten me. She would have been like, how could you embarrass me? So obvious, but I did eat my food. And then my friend, my best friend, she had eaten hers, but she was like, Faith, I'm so full, can't help me. I still had space in my stomach, so I got to the table, because my best friend was the date to the prom king.
Oh my
and
God.
So here's how it was. When they chose the prom king and prom queen, they gave them a high table, but then they were allowed to come with their dates to sit on the high table, because it feels weird to pair you up with someone you didn't come with.
Okay,
so you got to sit. So I went to the high table. I got myself a seat, because my best friend would dig it.
Yeah.
And I helped her out with the food, and we finished it.
Also help you out with
I know. It was really fun, and I don't
even know why I'm still tiny.
Neither do I.
I don't.
We don't play around with food.
Food is going in all the right places. Let me tell you one thing, guys. All right,
but it was really fun.
That was it for Faith's prom. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
We're going to be seeing everything.
So much fun.
From
so much
how
features.
I made the cloth of hers, to how she looked in the cloth, to the prom queen, to the prom king, to oh wow, she is showing on.
Like it's so hard for me to like lick it. I feel like the flavors are not busting enough for me. Just tantalizing, seducing me. So I just...
Alright guys, so that is it, and you'll be seeing, so continue on with the video because you have to see everything about Faith's prom. You have to see her music, you have to see how she looked, everything, and do comment on how you think the cloth came out, and do you think like what do you think, and if you are dropping an order, do it. I'll do it. And guys, thank you very much for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for being there. And guys, another thing is that I am happy to say to you that I have started making clothes for plus size people. Yeah, people who are curvy, people who are like thick, people who are like a woman who has a body where you can hold.
I know.
Yeah, I have started making clothes for them, and I am so happy for that because yeah, this day it turned out so good, and I am very proud of myself. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Continue to watch, and don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It helps out.